Alright, let's get back to it. We're on to number 17, identity theft chess. Is mind control chess? A pawn captures a piece. That's not a pawn. It must immediately promote to that piece. The captured piece is flipped to the player's color. Other piece is treated as if it were under the player's control. The player is not required to capture an opponent's piece with their pawn. Okay. Let's do this one. Call a trader. If I knew how to spell trader. All right, so for this game, we just need to make a trader type. That's what I'm thinking. And no matter what piece you capture, you become, that piece replaces your piece with this piece on the board. That's what I'm thinking, at least. So, the name is trader. The slug is trader. We add it here. Go back. Go to trader. So like a new game, it'll just be your turn. Back row, dark, pawns, dark, dot app, trader. Make this variable trader chess. For pawns dot light dot net trader back row light. So we need to create this trader function, which we'll do in the chess file. say this is a trader. Where's atomic? Atomic. Here, I'm reading this. Reading. Atomic. Go to variants. Find atomic. Okay, cool. And then we need to import trader and use trader chess here. Should be pawns. We go back to here. So movement destination length is 1. Basically, it's an attack. Destination sub-0, if destination, get a piece. Here's a capture. We don't do this. Instead we do XX. CT space dot sub-0 or target. And this is the capture. So basically we say here that the movement dot destinations, just destination dot piece equals clone deep capture. Capture dot map so capture this controller dot get piece by coordinates capture dot row capture dot home. Destination dot piece dot color equals piece that moved this dot color. Destination dot piece dot. Let's do this. Let's say const deep capture. Piece.type equals capture.type. All right, then there's an error. No. Eve. It's a called trader. And we don't need to upgrade the promotion. We don't need to do anything about promotions because it's only bonds that can like create traders. So let's move this, move this, move this. What happened? Something has happened here. Oh. Chess. I don't think we need a deep clone, right? We could just do capture dot as color with color. This dot color. Right, does it clone? Does it deep clone? One more function with type. Is type. Go to chess. Deep clone. Type is type. This dot color with type. And then invariant, sorry, in chess, say trader equals, and we say I dot with type. Capture dot type, and then we could do dt equals bt equals p down d. I think I got to do like a self-capture. So it'd have to be movement dot captures equals column is this dot column, row is this dot row. Actually, you know what? Let's not do it that way. Actually, can we? No, yeah, I think it's fine. If we do, if instead of this, we do a movement dot destinations dot push. Piece is this, and then the column is destination dot column. Row is destination dot row. Cool. All right. Well, that's that. Add trader chess. All right. What other chess? Okay, no queen in this variation. No double move for the pawns. That's crazy. Alright, it's alright. It's just become too complicated. Oh my goodness. Dragonfly chess? I don't think there's anything necessarily hard about it. I'm gonna write it down. Let's go to README. We did this. Dragonfly. That's Franz. No, that's a hexagonal board. What's checklist? Okay, checklist is interesting. You just remove the option of check. Nightmate. Heck is Nightmate? Check their night? Can't promote to a knight. No knight's castle. It's literally just the king as a knight. I feel like that's so hard to mate though. I'll put it in the list. Elephants instead of bishops. Okay. A chancellor instead of a queen. That one just seemed weird. I just want to get a list of 5 and then I'll execute them. Actually, get a list of 4 and then I'll execute them. I want to get to 20. Oh my gosh, castling is different in this variation. Alright, I potentially have to look at the Gothic chess rules. Oh, they don't say anything about castling. King moves 3 squares and the rook moves 2 or 3 depending on the side. Fix castling for Gothic chess. And we'll do Capablanca as another variant. And I'll do this during that variant. Alright, we got 4 variants we can do, so let's do them. Checklists. Checklist will go variants, close others. Just take a quick look at Gothic chess. So we're supposed to move 1, 2, 3, which is 2 from the edge, or 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, I mean, I know that I have an idea for how to write the logic, at least. But the castling jumps further. It's the main thing. So let's do checklist chess. view chess controller. Name is checklist. Slug is checklist. Remove illegal moves. Why do I have execute? All right. Checklist. I don't think we need. Do we need the config? We might. So what do we do? We need to SAO return movement stop filter movement. Let's say const future equals this dot clone future dot execute movement future dot get checked king const king. We want to know if the let me see future. We want to know whose turn it is. So we can just do future dot get turn. And so we'll have the king who's in check. And then we'll have to see equals future dot get pieces dot filter piece dot color equals future dot turn. Let's see it for some formatting here. This goes in here, save it again, and then we'll dot flat map piece dot piece dot movement this config. so we're gonna see if the enemy's king is in check and the enemy has no movement. So if the king's in check and the movement dot length, then we have to return this. Check less. Alright, so if the king's in check, we remove if there's not a king in check, and there's not movement. There's not a king in check and there's not movement. We keep the move only if there's not a king and there's sorry, so const is checkmate. Const is check equals there's a king. It's checkmate if is check and there's not movement dot length. We only keep it if it is, if it's not is check or it is checkmate. It's not check, but it is checkmate. Alright, so let's see. Go to checklist. Excellent. Maximum stack size. If config dot attacks only, return movement, return true. Oh, interesting. We gotta duck out early, I think. Hey, too far. We need to do it here. Can I even move? So now it'll still work at least. Does. I should update my title. Number 18. We're doing checklist. Chess. Let's make this attacks only. Really? That's still bad? Dang. Oh. Is that important? That might be important. Excuse me, apparently it was important. So I'm just checking to see if I'm not allowed to put this king in check. Okay, so I can't move forward, I can't put the king in check. Which is excellent. Why isn't moving forward? Okay. I need the white bishop out. I need the white bishop here. Okay, why isn't it mate now? The pawn moves forward, puts the king in check. The king can't capture because white bishop's protecting. Can't move forward because it's attacking. Is there anything that can capture this pawn? Okay, so why not? Go to the variant. Go to move illegal moves. Maybe let's do this. Let me just take a look. Yeah, I just passed the config down. Cool. Hey. Oh yeah, I want anti-chess. filter. Remove illegal moves. Ah. All right. Hopefully that's the issue. Alright, so why is that not mate? I don't know why it thinks that all the pieces can still move. Why does it think? Why does it think the rook can move at all? The rook can move to 0-0. What? Oh no, the rook is at 0-0. Okay, fine. I mean, sure, fine. The rook can move, but like, alright, let's take another look, see what else we're missing. So this is operating off the notion that the king's in check. We already found that the black king is in check. Let's find the get attacks function. I need to do the opposite. Probably E. How do I detect a stalemate? All right, let's look at anti-chess. This is what I do to find out there's movements. So back to check this. Pieces, filter pieces, turn, flat map. I'll give it one more shot with this. Alright, I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting an infinite loop, infinite recursion. See, so it's when we get the attacks against, get check king, execute movement. Remove illegal moves. It's all removing illegal moves. I think it's precisely at this point. Okay, so that would have been an illegal move. So I can't put the enemy in check anymore. I'm trying to get this to be enabled. And so I'm no longer getting infinite recursion. So everyone has movements. So maybe we want to look at the chess pieces. Dang, I would have thought this would be easy. It's not, apparently. Execute movement. Deep closed movement. King. What happens to the movement? Why do I have to deep clone it? That's because the piece, the piece is attached to it. I need to copy, otherwise it gets manipulated. I just need to figure out why this is infinitely recursion. Can I put config in here? Doesn't help. Are there any other remove? Let me go to chess. I just want to double check. Chess. Chess. Find piece. These are out of bounds. Remove self captures. A self check is an attack. It's not an attack. I guess that's why that makes sense. We don't call movements here. So, all right, let me go back to chess. Sorry, let me go back to variance. And let me go back to checklists with a K. All right, let's make this text only. So trying to understand why this has items in it. So we move this here, here. So let's put the breakpoint here. Let's click on the queen. We'll wait till the king is defined. The king is defined in this one. Which hopefully means that the queen is attacking in this one. So if we looked at the movement, destination, the piece is the light queen. Great. So we do want to move the queen, and it's indicating that column 5, row 1 would be clickable. Five and 1. It's indicating that would be clickable. Right. And if we looked at the futures board state, and we looked at the tiles, looked at number 1, and looked at 5. Should be the queen now, right? There's the light queen. So the king is in check. So the question is, why aren't these moves becoming illegal? They should all be illegal moves. Because every single move in here should filter out on self checks, but it's because they're already in check. It's because they're already in check. I don't check self checks if the tax is false. Oof. We don't check this, and we don't look at this for self checks because we're setting this to true. Alright, so maybe before this, we just need to check if we need to see if we're in check. I have no idea. This is harder than I thought. Alright, well, let's go to vanilla. It's tough. I'm kind of thinking that it's probably time to get rid of this attacks only concept. It's been like the only thing helping us to prevent infinite recursion. I need to figure out another way to prevent the infinite recursion. How many times do I use this variable? Quite a bit. I mean, the issue is we do the movement and we see if king is checked or not, but in order to see if the king is checked or not, we need to look at every single thing's movement on the other side, and see if their king is checked or not, and then movement again and see if their king is checked or not. We just shouldn't be recursing this much. But we still need to check if the king, we need to see if the king is checked or not. So we're just trying to figure out what's the best way to write that. Is there a way to remove, is there such a thing as an illegal move? Is there such a thing as a legal move when it's like 2 or 3 turns out? This gets attacks, and this does attacks only. Do I need to potentially not use this helper function? No, that's not the issue. I don't put it here. I need to put it somewhere else. So I need to do something to remove this infinite recursion, but isn't. It isn't anything that I've tried so far. So in checklist, we can make a move if it is not check or it is checkmate. So we're just trying to get rid of this one error here. Pretty much need to make it so that when we go deeper here, I actually thought passing config would have been enough here, but apparently it's not. Because when we go deeper, we go to piece movement, which is in chess. Every single movement passes through this. Not this. Every single movement passes through this, which means every movement passes through this. It's just, okay, it just keeps infinitely recursing. I just gotta get into the Zen state to figure this out, because figuring out who can move or not, it should basically prevent any movement that doesn't block check. Alright, well, I think checklist is kind of becoming too complicated. So I'm just gonna say do fix infinite recursion and just move on. I think checklist is gonna be incomplete for a little bit. I could sit here and think about it for longer, but I don't know if I'll figure it out, to be honest. All right, to the README. doesn't feel good though. I could just keep staring at it, but I don't know. I don't know if I figure it out. And it's this that's causing the infinite recursion. Because it's in here that I call execute movement, and when I execute movement, that's when I get movement. I need to remove illegal moves, which, well, this is what is evidently recursing. Getting the movements and the illegal moves function call. I imagine. I don't know why, Racing Kings was fine. That one was fine, because that one is checklist, but it doesn't have checkmate. I wonder if there's like some way I can kind of tell them lower down that you're in check and that you should probably do something about it. I don't know. Let me just make sure I haven't changed anything drastic. Okay. Seems like the answer is no. You're already in check, but you don't see if you're in check. You gotta make a move that takes you out of. Maybe do. Let's check. We return false. Return is checkmate. I mean, that might help with first load. That's probably it though. So like if I put the queen here, I should be able to capture that pawn. That's great. If I move the bishop here, oh, I can capture it. Fine. That was that easy. There's got to be code that we only run in certain conditions. So if it is check, then we figure out if it's checkmate. That helps us prevent infinite recursion. All right. I think I'm happy with that. I'm not happy with how long it took me to figure it out, but I'm happy with it. Let's move the queen first, since she's the one trying to mate. She can't go there, but the bishop can go here. They can go there, they can go there. They're both mates. Okay. Let's go to the readme. Checklist is done. Alright, cool. So the next one is, do we want to do... How many do we have so far? We have 18 variations. Dragonfly is basically Crazy House, but with smaller board, less pieces, less choices for the actual drop-ins. So like for me, I want to do the easiest one, which to me is Capablanca, and the Knight Mate probably is easier. Meh, maybe Dragonfly is fine. We'll do Dragonfly. Do Dragonfly chess. 7x7 board. Dragonfly. The name is Dragonfly. The slug is Let's update our title. Dragonfly. Dragonfly. So when we new game, that'll be the main thing. That's one of the main things that are different. The rows is 7. The columns are 7. When we new game, we'll just do empty return, empty for now, pawns, brick, 7, empty, 7, 2, 3, 4, light, empty array. We'll put it in the list. Go to Dragonfly, 7x7 board. Excellent. How many years have you been coding? I have been coding for 10 years. If you count like actually having a job, I started coding in my freshman year, like actually dedicated programming in my freshman year of college. Before that, I dabbled with HTML a little bit. I played with CSS just in the slightest. Back in the day, there was this site called MySpace, and they would let you customize your site using CSS. So I did a little bit of CSS there, but I never really did any real programming or coding until I was a freshman in college, and got my first job when I was, at least programming, when I was a sophomore. Then I got that one was with like an insurance company. I got a job at my university in my junior year. Did that for 2 years, and then I moved to New York for my first job out of college. And basically been jumping job to job every 2 years. I've had 5 or 6 jobs at this point in the last 10 years. My longest at any job, I think, was 2 years and 3 months. I think that's the longest I've ever been somewhere. The main reason being just like you get the best raises if you switch jobs than if you stay at a job long enough. At least in the tech industry, it pays better to switch locations. It sucks, but like, yeah, there's like no employee loyalty incentives, and like, you know, if you stay somewhere, you might get like $5K a year, maybe $10K if you're lucky. But if you switch jobs, you can get anywhere from like $20 to $50K. So, you know, it's something to think about. What am I looking for? I'm looking to make a new back row. Const. This is Dragonfly Back row. How about yourself? How long have you been coding? What kind of work do you do? Just color. So for Dragonfly, we're gonna have a hook, the same color, bishop, same color, king, of the same color, knight, of the same color, and another rook. Can you castle? Castling is permitted, normal castling conventions apply, the king shifting over 2 in either direction, but castling with a dropped rook is not allowed. Okay, that's important. I'm gonna put that in the readme, just so I don't forget. Cannot castle with a dropped rook. I think the way I'll make that happen is by saying that any piece that you drop will have one front end work. Yeah, I think like the thing about web development is there's just so much to learn at this point. It's really good to specialize, but like I tend to aim for like startups, smaller companies, and so you just have to know an unfathomable amount of information. And so yeah, you kind of have to have been at it for like 10 years to go to a startup, like a true startup. The last company I was at was probably 10 people, and it was 4 when I started. But like I think about like the front end roadmap. Just this is just one aspect of development, what people see, and it doesn't really get super interesting until like here-ish. This is when when you probably have to get to around here before you start to actually make something. And so you know, like this yellow path is like kind of what's recommended. So you have to learn about the internet, learn about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, version control, VCS hosting, package management, frameworks, more CSS, CSS architecture, CSS preprocessors, build tools, linters, formatters, testing, authentication, web security, web components, type checkers, and like you're finally at somewhere where you feel like to me this is like what I would consider the foundational front end up to here. This is kind of when you start to step into back end world, server-side rendering, GraphQL, progressive web apps, static site generators, mobile apps, desktop apps, and then full stack. Actually doesn't look too bad, but like this is super abstract, super high level, super vague. This isn't super fleshed out, like not like this is, where like there's these optional ones to learn, and then there's like what's truly recommended to learn. Yeah, it's a lot. Do you do like artistic stuff on the front end, or Is it like a lot of just user interface? Like what kind of front end? I was in this one interview too once, and they were like, you might know front end, but do you know the back end of the front end? And just like, because they're like, how do you optimize animations? I'm just like, bro. It's too deep. After that interview, so that was an interview for a mental health company. And by the end of that interview, I felt like I was not mentally in a good place after that interview. So I almost feel like they were trying to make a client out of me. It'd be an interesting strategy. Just completely destroy someone's like self-worth. Essentially knowing that they could pay you to feel better. Angular logic, okay. I guess that explains why you're asking about Angular. That makes sense. I mean, Angular is on this list, right? It's gotta be, yeah. Yeah, I used to use Angular back in version 1. I don't know if you use version 2, but one of the previous companies I worked for, they used Angular for an editor experience, some kind of virtual reality editor. So one of my companies, I did virtual reality. That was really fun. I really like visual programming. Things that you see the result, and the result is appealing. It's nice. Do you find that just turn the light on. Do you find that you are like, does it feel redundant or like repetitive, or do you find that you like learn something new every day or every week? Or I guess an alternative question is I guess, do you enjoy it, and what is your favorite aspect of it? I don't know much about Angular. I kind of just bash on it for like I guess, like, I don't know. I have old ways of thinking. Larger companies have better benefits, work-life balance, and startups, right? Like you said, the structure only give experience in specific area programming. Yeah, you definitely have to do a lot more in a smaller company. You definitely have to wear many hats. You have to do like project management, you have to do design, you have to do infrastructure, you have to do front end, you have to do back end. I think that's like the highest level stuff. I'm sure that you can go deeper and do more. But yeah, it's kind of funny because to your point, you might actually get paid a lot more to work at a larger company to do a lot less. So it's like, at a certain point, it's like, why would you work at a startup? The only real reason would be like the potential for stocks, but like, I don't know. That's like a big maybe. I think I was learning a lot my first year. It was fun, but it has become a bit repetitive now. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of, I kind of kind of see a lot of patterns arise when coding. And so like, I know I keep getting asked like how long I've been doing this or how do I do it so quickly, but it's just like, I've just seen the patterns. I don't say I'm pretty good at recognizing patterns. I think I've kind of like broken it down in my mind a little bit. I don't know, cause startups, it depends. As long as it's remote, I really don't care. As long as it's remote, that's the main thing for me right now. Or in New Jersey. I can't do another 2-hour commute. Like if I get really desperate, then yeah, I'll go back to New York. In terms of working, but you know, I'm just trying to take like a little bit of time off to kind of like recoup, do some fun projects, and then like really buckle down and do some tech interviews and whatnot. It's kind of funny because like, not that like I have that many subscribers or that many videos, but you could be somebody who has, you know, 200 YouTube videos, 500 subscribers, whatever, but like they still want you to do the tech interview. They still want you to do like this. That's nice, yeah. That's the dream. You're living it. Yeah, remote work is incredible. My previous 2 roles were remote. At some point I promised myself I would never work in person again, but then I got laid off just randomly and just needed a job instantly. So yeah, I took the basically first job I could get, and I was there for 2 years. I moved to New Jersey and it just wasn't convenient anymore. But yeah, in terms of like applying, I'll anything that's remote, I'll do it. I just think that I have more value if I spend more time focusing on the product than I do on how I get there. Especially because I have a dog, and if I gotta go work somewhere in person, then I either have to pay for daycare or I have to figure out how to bring her. It's complicated. I actually don't do, I just about do no leak code ever, but it is something I plan on doing in the channel. Doing some kind of leak code where it's just like, I don't know, 50 leak code a day. Because I know that companies care about these things. I don't know why they care about them still. Especially with things like ChatGPT, like I can think through problems, I can solve problems, especially problems that are actually relevant and that we deal with every day. Like I could do like 200 variants of chess, and I apply for somewhere, I can link this GitHub repo, and they'll still ask me to do a tech interview. And I was just like, you know, I have like a 30-hour series and a, you know, 50 variant, 100 variant chess. You could just check out my code there. Hopefully that's good enough. I mean, but I don't know. I'm sure like there's a certain point you get famous enough that people will just be like, just work with us. You know, like I think about like Theo and Primogen. I kind of imagine that if they apply somewhere, they just instantly get the job because they're huge YouTube streamers and video and content makers. But like, I don't know. Maybe they don't. I think this song is a little weird for me. Hope I missed the skip. That was weird too. Alright. Back to normal. So we're doing Crazy House. We're looking for Crazy House because Crazy House has the logic we want. I think in here we could say like loud is chess type, piece type, and then we'll for each type, if allowed, dot includes type. Excuse me. As chess type, piece type. So for this, it's going to be pawn, knight, bishop, queen, and then we get to essentially do, okay, this is going to be the same thing. Take off, actually, I'm gonna, Dragonfly. Let me close that. Okay. I need. We're not allowed to move to. Okay. Game rules: standard chess. Winning by checkmate. Dragonfly pawns do not have initial double step option. So en passant is not possible. Okay, that's fine. So where is it? So let me check this. It shouldn't show pawn. Actually, it shouldn't show anything. Oh, it should show pawn. Of course it should, because I didn't change the code. Okay. Great. Excellent. Oh, and then you can only promote. Yep. Can only promote to captured pieces. Important. So this pawn shouldn't have been able to move forward anymore. It's interesting because, you know, the pawn can go from not being a threat to being a threat just by doing a capture. I need to change the promotions. Get promotions. Color. So what we're gonna do, because so the concern here is oh, I didn't know that I wrote that code. Draw promotion. Promotion. Get promoted pawn. I wonder why it's not drawing. What does get promoted pawn do? Oh my gosh. This dot rows, get rows, -1. That's another aspect I need to look for. 7s and 8s. Great. In addition to that, I would like to make it so that it doesn't draw that if there are no promotions. So we'll say if promotions.length cool. And so when the pawn makes it to the end, we should not show the promotions. Excellent. Except that it should, because, well, now it should at least, because there's a bishop here. So and then we need to keep track of promotions. Is this how Crazy House works too? Oh, Crazy House, we kept track of promotions. How many do we have again? Is this 19? Okay. And does Dragonfly support castling? Did we determine that? Let's permit it. King shifting over 2. Castling with a drop rook is not allowed. Okay. Just gonna go into here. say moves is 1. So we can't castle in crazy house with dropped either. Which if we go to the readme, did we say that? Cannot castle with drop rooks. Can only promote to capture pieces. The pawns can only move 1. So we go to chess. We go to variants. We find pawns. What's the best? What's the easiest? Dot map pawn. Moves. Actually, I'm just gonna make a dragonfly pawn. I'm gonna call it a soldier. It'll be soldiers. Now we go back to chess. We look for pawn equals. And we'll say export const soldier equals color chess color. It's just a pawn with the color and can move. Always false. And then soldiers with a color is just soldiers. Array from length is a number. 8 by default. Dot map soldier with a color. We go back to variants, soldiers, we also need to do like a remove illegal moves. Const from movements, config, return movements, dot filter, movement, return movement, dot destinations, dot length. We'll say movement dot destinations equals movement dot destinations dot filter destination if destination dot piece dot type is a pawn, then you have to do extra work. We're just gonna say true for the filter. And we're just trying to find the exception here. And so if we're looking at a pawn and we're say const promotions const piece And for me, the row is the only one that matters. Destination. Piece. If it's a pawn and the row mod 7 equals 0, 6. Cons promotions. Put that up here. Equals this dot get promotions. This dot get turn. And this will just be a giant return. Return piece is dot type is not equal to pawn. And or row mod 6 is not equal to 0, or promotions dot length. So if it's not a pawn, then yeah, they can move to the 0th or end row. If the pawn is moving, but just not to an edge row, then go for it. But finally, if there's promotions available, then whatever. It's all good to go. So let's see if that worked. So they don't have the right function still. So we'll go to variants, go to new game. Go to alright, well, I'll figure that out later, I suppose. So I shouldn't be able to go here. Nice. Which is interesting. Should I be able to capture this? What's the ruling on that? Are there exceptions for the pawns? The opponent has none the pawn. Move to the furthest rank. Oh, so choose a piece is removed from the opponent's hand and stop. Okay. So we don't need the config here. And the promotions are going to be this dot captures. We're gonna see whose turn it is not. We're gonna see. Okay, no, we should see what color they're asking for. We're gonna get the keys like that. And we're gonna map those keys to key to piece map. So key. This is a piece type. This is a color. And this is what we return. Alright, go to soldiers. Soldier is a soldier with a pawn of can move to false. Go to pawn, can move to. I or it. I steal this. Can move to. I think it needs to be provided. Why are you unhappy? Oy. This is not necessary. So I guess also take a controller, which is a chess controller. Call this controller. And we'll say controller dot controller dot get rows -2. And we'll have to group that. We don't have to group it? No? You grouped it wrong. Why would you do that? I don't want to group like that. I want to group like this. And then I wanted to group like this. Just to be safe. Okay, I removed it, so that's fine. Get the horde pawn. And the horde pawn just very simply can move twice. So does that fix the soldier yet? Nice. Oof, so slow though. Just check. This is some kind of Smash Brothers remix. Fine. Oh, I found a bug. Go to variants, go to, that's not right. Go to get capture stats. No, go to on leg. Oh, I found another bug. In Dragonfly. The other bug is the promotion. TID entries, color dot filter. I don't care. I only care about count. If the count is greater than 0. Cool. Alright, let's go to the README. Can only promote the captured pieces. Let's check. too difficult. Remove illegal moves. I should be able to move to the back line, but I can't. It doesn't put me in check. I have a capture. Six. It's not equal to. Okay, promotion start length. If this dot is long, console.log here. Put a breakpoint here. Click on him. Dark Bishop. Let's look for the pawn. Oh, I don't care about this anymore. Bishop. Bishop, bishop, bishop. Why bishop? King, king, king. Gee. If you don't mind, can you tell me what you're doing right now? Yeah, no problem. I'm currently creating a variant of chess called Dragonfly, which is it's similar to Crazy House. It's a 7x7 board where the pieces are a little bit different, and based on what you can capture, you can just like deploy them wherever you want. And so captured pieces become owned pieces, and you can spend your turn doing it. Overall, I'm trying to create as many variants as I can find the energy to do. Right now, this is the 19th that I'm working on. I found this YouTube video that has like 200. So we'll see how much energy I have, but for the moment, just doing whatever variants people find interesting, that people suggest. So we did Vanilla, we did King of the Hill, Horde, 960, Atomic, Double, Triple, 3-check, Race, Racing Kings that is, Anti-Chess, Crazy House, Duck Chess, which is a funny variation, Cersei, Queens, which is like a more of a 4 in a row tic-tac-toe kind of a game, Progressive Chess, there's Gothic Chess, Trader Chess, Checklist Chess, and now we're on Dragonfly Chess. Hope that answers your question, but if you have a follow-up, just let me know. Pawn dark. That's probably the pawn I'm looking for. No, it's not. At this exact very moment, I'm trying to figure out why this pawn can't move forward. So that's 3 different levels of what I'm doing right now. Alright. I'm gonna just kind of write it in the most debuggy way I can. So if piece dot type equals pawn, if row mod 6 equals 0, if promotions dot blank return false. Otherwise return true. So if a pawn is approaching the edge and there's no promotions, then they shouldn't be able to do it. Okay, so block is the bishop now. See if we can get the king out of the way. Okay, cool. So we'll put the breakpoint here. Row is a variable. It's 2. 2, 2, 2. Okay. I'll put the breakpoint deeper. So is this the right piece at least? This is dark pawn at row 5. It's not the right. It's a row. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3. So 5 and 3, that is correct. This is the pawn. Promotions.length. So we're returning true. Right. And then destinations is on to row 6. Let's step out. Is 1. Filtering. Step out. Step out. That's annoying. Alright. Let's add another layer. Filtered. Return filtered. Let's turn this break off. Play. This breakpoint back. Try to get back into that state. Okay, this is just, I guess, looking at future moves. Which this should go down the false route. Nice. Let's play. Take. Run away. We'll put the breakpoint here. Him. There is promotion. Put the breakpoint here. Press play. There's two moves that should be presented. 0, 1, 2. Don't know why this one is 2, 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Who is this? 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who is this? No. Who's trying to move? Column is 0, 1, 2. Row is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where they are. No, that's dark on 5. Column 3. 2, 6. I don't know why 2, 6 would show up. That's really confusing to me. There's no piece there. That would be a capture. So it's showing 2 and 4. 4 makes sense. Are you making your own chess? I haven't considered precisely doing that. As in, like, am I making my own custom variant? I haven't considered that. If the question is, am I making like my own app or website? No. I don't think so. I think that, I mean, it depends. The reason I'm kind of against it is because there's already free chess apps out there, and I'm sure that they work really well. And so I don't know. I think this is just more like for people who are interested in learning graphical interfacing, because this is actually a canvas that we're interacting with here, and all the different click events and draw events and whatnot. So people who are interested, maybe one day, it's one of my ideas for a future stream is like making 50 Atari games. So like if people are interested in learning how to make Atari games, it's a good foundation for that. But I just thought chess it's one of the oldest games, has the most variants, but also like the basic rule sets are well known. So I thought like it would be pretty fun, simple, straightforward way to kind of get people interested in coding or different coding challenges. So, and I thought it was pretty interesting. And there have been some challenges. Surprisingly, castling was one of the hardest aspects of writing it. But there are other aspects. But I'm just trying to figure out how to like generalize it so that we can reuse as much code as possible, write as little new code as possible, and try to have as many variants as possible. And also with as few bugs as possible. Yeah, that's the other thing. How can you make it like really new or innovative? Yeah. There's so many variants, especially like with the different types of pieces. I don't think that to me, like to make my own variant, I feel like there's plenty of variants. Yeah, I don't know that I could come up with something that's like fun, interesting. I could probably think of something that's absolutely broken. Yeah, just like there was this one variant that I really liked. I don't know how I could ever code it, but it was called cheating chess. And pretty much the idea is, as you're about to move a piece, you can, for the rest of the game, make up a rule about how that piece moves or captures. And that new rule applies for the rest of the game. And so you could say like, oh, rooks can move through pieces now. Oh, bishops can move like rooks now. Anything, as long as it's like, the only like exception is you can't make up a rule that instantly puts your opponent in a checkmate. So there are limitations. You can't negate the rules that somebody else has already made. You can't take away movement. Yeah. It would be cool if like there was like a version of chess where like you had power-ups dropping on the board, and if you would be incentivized to move certain pieces that you might not otherwise, but those power-ups give that piece the ability to move in new ways or different ways. And maybe it would be based on some kind of random chance but I mean, in all honesty, I don't know, making a good move in chess is also a power-up in and of itself. You make a website for people to create their own custom variants of chess using all the functions and code you've already written. Yeah, if I could like figure out a way to really break these down into like just very simple numbers and booleans, like this one right here, I could probably like create like a list of different things that determine an end state. For this one, different things that prevent, different legal moves that you could prevent, different types of promotions you could do. I can imagine making like a custom variant that just allows you to use all these rules that I've created and really refine and maybe even like overlap certain rules, because supposedly doing Cersei chess in combination with progressive chess is ideal. So you would be able to choose these combinations and be like, oh, is this Cersei progressive? And you could just maybe save that configuration, share it with people. Yeah, that's a great idea. When you eat the power-ups, your piece can change to another piece. Yeah, for sure. Maybe that's maybe once we hit 20, we'll we don't have to do chess, but like one thing that I was thinking of like was making like a Twitch plays game, so that like people who come to the stream would actually see themselves on the screen, and they'd be characters on the screen with their username, and anything they type in the chat would show on the screen too. Maybe I would put like loot and enemies, and you could see your character interacting with them. Another idea I had was just like seeing if there's a way to get people to write scripts to navigate through generated mazes. So just like something to kind of get the chat more involved in how the code is executing and whatnot. I don't know. Make the animation like when we eat, there's a piece. Yeah. Yeah, because we don't do animations yet in this at all. It would be good to cover how to do animations. I will add these to the list. Yeah, it would be cool just to have like a drop down and you could just keep adding rules to it. Different rules that happen for promotions, different rules that happen for illegal moves, different rules. Maybe different tiles that certain pieces need to be on to win. It'd be interesting. But for now, I gotta figure out this bug. Let me also write this idea for gamified chess or gamified chat. Like, I think it would be interesting if I don't know, if like, since when have you been learning coding? I've been coding for over 10 years now. I usually do full stack web development, but I just recently quit my job, so I'm just trying to do some projects that I find fun or challenging, just to kind of make sure I still got it, you know? Was it your first game which you're making, or you already made something? I've never like made a game for sale, but I've programmed games before. I have programmed chess before, but not to this extent. I think that anything that I've ever programmed chess before was like nothing in comparison to this. It probably didn't have promotions, it probably didn't have castling. It probably didn't have en passant. So this is a lot more involved than anything I've ever done. But if you wanted to play any of the variants, the links are in the description. What app you use for coding? This is the app on the left. It's called VS Code, Visual Studio Code. It's a pretty good text editor for any kind of, I don't know, this music's going too hard. Okay, hopefully it's not too loud. Yeah, Visual Studio Code is pretty good for like plain text editing. So like, since I'm doing TypeScript / JavaScript, it's really good for that. You can get it to work for like Java, but I don't know. Oh, cool. Okay. I'm glad it works. There's also the GitHub if you want to see like the code that we have so far. Did you make it for teaching? Yeah. I'm hoping that this helps somebody with maybe logic or reasoning, or just like generally how to think through problems like step by step. Yeah. Speaking of which, I might actually have to head off soon. Yeah, I mean, if you the code, I would say the code is open source. It's free to use. You can contribute to it. You can fork it. You can anything you like. I don't mind. I don't even have the variant on here. Do I? Oh, Dragonfly. Yeah, we do. If you wanted to clone it, if you want to push it to your own Vercel server or whatnot, go for it. I don't mind. Yeah. If you could figure out a way to make money with it, let me know and teach me. That's my that's where I get held up. I don't know how to convince people to, you know, find something worth paying for. It's challenging. I mean, it's never too late. What kind of coding were you trying? I'll be right back. Give me a second.